Just the comment in the stream too from Mitchell. You've been giving Richard the benefit of doubt for far too long. I don't know what Richard hasn't delivered. What hasn't, like, and Corey, maybe you help me out with this. Maybe I'm just missing something. What is RH in particular not delivered? And if there is something, be frank. Like I'm curious this conversation. I don't quite see, even if I had expectations, I don't know what I need him to do for me right now.
So I think right now there's a lot of, I think that right now the benefit of the doubt comes with the idea that I don't think anything is missing. I think there are parts of the product that are missing, like for example, what you just said in the chat, the SSS, like single-sided staking for PulseX, for example. I think some people don't understand that absence right now from in front of a camera lens is very, very necessary with an SEC case looming over him. That makes perfect sense. PulseChain's delivered. PulseChain's here. PulseX, albeit needs to be updated, is here. PHEX is here. The network is here.
It all works. It works. I mean, and it's not flawless, I guess, but it works. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm thinking about the faction part you mentioned earlier keeps striking me as like,
yeah, go ahead.
Richard isn't the CEO of Hex. He isn't the founder. Like, I don't even think of him as the founder, honestly, anymore. Like he is the guy, where a lot of this started from the ideals, but the devs built the products, and everyone else building on PulseChain are building the products that we're using. So
of course,
I've been abstracting him away from things for a while now because things are launched. Like once things are launched, I don't think the founder matters. And I don't say that lightly. I say it in the way of, this is a decentralized thing. This is not a company. So I think people they have this figure of a company in their head. So they keep wanting someone to be around to answer for things when it's decentralized. Like, it's a different paradigm. I get it, but I think people get stuck on that too.
Absolutely. So, here's the thing. Like what's the word? I think that right now, if PulseChain wasn't launched, I'd be like, yeah, where the hell is it? What is going on? Like that's a big deal. That is different. I'm referring to right now, like the projects thereof that haven't launched yet. And I'm not mad. I'm just, curious as an individual who interviewed a lot of these projects. So, but, only time will tell. I think Richard will, once this SEC case settles or fights, whatever, is beneficial or not, whatever. Once it's over, I think Richard will start coming back. I unless there's some clause that I'm not aware of that bars him from being involved in these projects, which I don't think I've read. So, since then, I think Richard will come back and start doing live streams and stuff like that. So there's an important distinction to be made here. So, I just wanted to say that.
Just being the barred part, I don't think that would be acceptable. I don't think he would accept that was part of the deal, or even if it was no fault, I don't think he would accept that.
Of course.
And it's not because he needs to be around the community, but I think that would just, so I could see this two ways. So if that sounds, I mean, everyone in the community who loves seeing Richard stream and wants him to be around and stuff, that's a horrible thing, right? Not being able to be around or a part of it or whatever. But let's say even if that did happen, even if imaginary horrible did happen and that became part of the settlement or whatever may happen, then to me, again, I've always said, like, I think eventually he will move on and go do longevity research. He'll go start the Heart Foundation or whatever and go, start saving people's lives like he's always talked about. It's always been his biggest goal. Crypto is a means to an end for that, in my opinion. That's what I've always thought after hearing him speak and doing all this stuff. So even if that did happen, I think the silver lining would be he would be able to go on, and it would almost be like a forcing function for him to go to the next chapter and do something else. And again, we don't need him. Like, I say this as he is like one of my favorite people in the world, right? Like he's like my top 5 of people that I like and listen to and want to see do well and a force for good and all that stuff. But I know sometimes, for him to go on and do what his highest calling is, It's not on crypto Twitter giving us updates about PulseX. That's not his highest calling. It's just not. And that doesn't have to be bad for our bags either. It doesn't have to be bad. I think the factionalization, bringing it back to that, of having these different community leaders, promoting their product, which hopefully is a some kind of positive thing for the blue chips, for Hex and PulseChain and stuff. I think that's an okay future to me. And I love the guy, but if I would rather I'd rather see him go on and fulfill, his destiny sort of thing, his goals, his life, his all the things he wants to do, and leave us in a good position which is any position, honestly, because we're decentralized. We have the leaders, they'll come up eventually. I'd rather see that than I don't think that's a bad future. I'll say that. I think there's only good futures for our community and that I can think of that actually make sense. So, and again, this is not hopium guy. I'm not the hype. I'm not the everything's fine. I literally try to think from first principles. I don't see a bad future for our community, or any other community who has a lot of these values and stuff either.